Hey everyone, it's Arash Farahani from the Foderick Real Estate Group, and I'm here today to share with you the market update for May 2025 and why it might not matter to you. Greetings from Aruba. It's beautiful out here. Typically, the spring market in the Greater Toronto Area would be starting to wind up over the next few weeks as we approach the mid to end of June. As you probably know already, July and August tend to be quieter months for the real estate market in Ontario, as many buyers and sellers would have already completed their transactions in the period between February to May. In a typical year, listing inventory tends to be lower during the summer, and many buyers sideline their plans until the fall, at which time we would typically have a second rush from mid September to mid November. This has been the cycle that Southern Ontario has followed for decades. But if the last 5 years have taught us anything, it is to expect disruption. And by all accounts, 2025 has been a year that has shown the real estate industry that hard pivots and reset expectations are the new normal. What do I mean by that? Well, as one of the largest and most productive real estate teams in the country, we have the benefit of 30,000-foot view of what's happening across different markets with different types of properties across different price points. Here is what we are experiencing on the ground right now. New listings have increased substantially. In fact, we are up a whopping 46% year over year. I'm sure you've noticed this. No matter where you live, there are more for sale signs, and they are staying up little longer than usual. It means that buyers have more choice and more leverage, and that they have had in decades. And so for sellers, it means that your home has to present more favorably than the competition, that you can expect to negotiate on the price closing and conditions, and that your pricing has to be analytically justified using sales data from this year. So, does this make it a buyer's market? Actually, not really. With the exception of the condo market, most homes are actually trading pretty close to what they are listed for. As long as the listing price are reasonable, which puts us in a technically referred to as balanced market. So when I talk about resetting expectations, it is not really about expecting to sell for substantially less or expecting to buy for hundreds of dollars before market value. It's about understanding and accepting the reality that we knew and perhaps even experienced in the past as a buyer or seller of the real estate has changed. So, why does this not matter to you? Because when we hear statistics about the fact that the number of transactions is down 25% from last year, 25% from the year before that, it is important to remember that these stats refer to the number of sales happening and not the value of sales happening. Values have held relatively steady in the most asset classes over the last several months. Volume has not. So if the value of your home has not changed much, are you impacted directly by volume if you don't work in a real estate related industry? Not really. But if we know one thing, it's that real estate is clickbait, creating anxiety and stress about what's happening with the value of your largest asset is a surefire way to get you watching and sharing information, even if it's sensationalized. It also really matters who you are having a conversation with about real estate, even if that person has a real estate license. The Toronto Real Estate Board is the largest board in the world by agent count. At any given time, there are about 70,000 licensed agents in TREP. And if any stat that I can share with you here today is going to be a big shock to you, it is this one. Over 70% of those agents did not sell a single home in 2024, and another 20% sold less than six. Why does that matter to you? Because taking advice or listening to someone who is technically licensed to trade but has not been able to put a single deal together or does so one what probably amounts to trading on a part time basis probably isn't the best perspective to consider in this market. Last year, my team and I successfully brought together 417 transactions, and we are on track to complete over 500 in the hardest market conditions that we have experienced as an industry in decades. Why does that matter to you? Because if you are going to make financial plans about acquiring or selling the largest asset most of us are likely to have ever owned, you probably want to make sure that the person advising you has the skills and knowledge in this market to unpack your questions and concerns with you. So, what are we watching for next? Well, the Bank of Canada will be making their next rate announcement in a couple of weeks, and there is speculation that we could see another rate decrease after the pause in the last announcement. I expect that this could mean that we see a busier than usual summer here in the GTA for residential freehold, and even if we don't see much movement on prices, I would expect that the volume will pick up again. Will all type of properties follow this trend? Probably not. We are still oversupplied in the condo inventory in some parts of the city. Interest from all but the most savvy real estate investors is still lukewarm, and a lot of businesses are deferring their commercial real estate needs until there is more certainty in the economy. Of course, only time will tell, and I'm looking forward to keeping you updated on the market as things progress over the next few months. What else are we looking forward to here at the Carol Foderick Real Estate Group? Our best summer ever giveaway. Each week in July and August, we are going to be giving away prizes totaling over 3,000 that could help you have your best summer ever. Jay's tickets, zoo passes, spa gift cards, a grill, CNE passes, as well as experiential and dining gift cards galore that everyone is going to be eligible to enter to win with one single entry. You'll also be able to share this entry with family and friends to increase your chance of winning. Stay tuned for the details in the next few weeks on how to enter. We can't wait to help you make this summer one to remember for you and for your friends and family. In the meantime, please let me know if there's anything I can do to be of service to you or anyone that you know with anything real estate related. It is always our pleasure to be of service to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up again with you soon.